Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Balor here, and welcome back to week two of Nulgath's birthday 2025. Okay, I did promise I was going to make a week two video, so here I am, and it seems like it may be actually worth covering week two. I hope it's a better shop this week. Last week it was carried by just one armor pretty much. Somebody in the comments said that my score of 6 out of 10 was quite generous. I actually agree. 6 out of 10 is just a number that I just like fucking thought of in the moment. What would I rate this shop? 6 out of 10. Yeah, 6 out of 10. Truthfully, I wouldn't give it any more than five. And I know it's just one number lower, but still, it makes a difference. I wouldn't give last week's any more than a five. So maybe this week the score will go up. But anyways, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it and take a look at what's new this week, guys. Oh, I'm so excited, man. All right. So last week, new. Okay, haven't seen this yet. Fiendish Devourer of Nulgath. And that is an interesting chest, actually. I looks better from afar. I've kind of leaned into my monitor to take a look at this a little bit closer, and I don't know, the eyes looked better from a distance. This is okay. It's okay. It doesn't really look like a nation armor. I like the idea though. I think it's pretty cool. When I say it doesn't look like a nation armor, I mean more so the actual rendering, the detail in the armor. But the concept is really cool. I do like it. 750 AC seems like a reasonable price, especially compared to everything else in this shop so far. So I don't think it's too bad, but wouldn't buy it. Not too bad though. Oh, okay. All right. So I've seen this on Twitter. Okay. I've seen this on Twitter, and I do have to say, I actually like this. Okay. I actually like this. I like the whole set. This is good. I understand it's somewhat of a Grimlord clone. Well, I don't say clone. It's definitely inspired by Grimlord though, and I think maybe I'm wrong here, but I think it has a bit of Nulgath armor to it. And I'm seeing a little bit of Dreadfiend in a different way to this though. So I feel like this has generally been inspired by a number of other armors. And I have to say, I think it was Dominic on Twitter who put it together. Man, you did a good job. I like this. Okay, this is good. The whole set's quite nice. So it's CC. 1200 ACs is a bit steep, but I guess that's just how armors are now these days. Compared to everything else in the shop, I think this is probably actually worth the 1200 ACs. So I like it. I think it's good. Presence of Nulgath. Okay, this is also another one by Dominic. Again, I like it. I think it's good. I actually like the whole set. The whole set looks good. 1000 ACs, steep, I guess, like everything else, but it's fully CC, I suppose. Which sure, it justifies it. But again, I actually like it. I can't believe I'm saying this. I actually like this set too. I think it's good. I think we need to see the rest of the items to truly appreciate it. I wasn't a fan of this last week. This is okay, and this is fine from last week. So I won't go into. If I see something from last week, I'm not going to go into it at all because you can just watch last week's video. Fiendish Devourer Horns. Okay. See, okay, so this hood, it's okay. The hood's okay, right? This is the hood for the presence of Nulgath, I believe. So I like this full set. The hoods are fine. This, I really like the face. The faces are good. The faces are good. I really, really like these actually. I know my viewers might be disappointed. Usually it's me dragging on shit because I just give my honest opinion, right? If I don't like something, which 8 times out of 10 I don't, I'm just going to vocalize it. I'll be honest. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say this is good, right? But in this case, I actually like these items. Dead ass. I actually like these items. So yeah, even the what's it called? Nightmare Fiend? The helms go hard, man. I don't know. Dominic, you're doing a good job. I'll give you that. Okay, I've seen some of your other nation gear from, you know, in the past. I've got to hand it to you. You're doing a good job, man. I think your nation items are cool. You are definitely inspired by other nation items, and you kind of keep this like you've definitely got your own flavor to everything, but it looks believable in the context of nation, if you know what I mean. You actually make it look like a nation armor. It's not identical to, Nulgath's art style or even like Revontius back in the day, but it's close enough while having its own kind of thing that it doesn't really deviate from the kind of shading and line art that nation armors have, or traditionally, right? So that's what I really like about your stuff, man. And even even though it's inspired by a lot of other nation gear, at least in my opinion, it's unique enough and it's just great. Like I think you're doing a good job. Like when it comes to nation gear that's not made by Nulgath or well, I guess Kataro now. I've got to say Dominic's up there. I like Dominic. He's doing good stuff. At least from what I remember. Going off this shop and things I remember in the past, I think he's doing a good job. So Enchanted Legacy Nation Blade, Oblivion Blade remaster, I suppose. Looks alright. So this is part of the present set. I will say I think his armors. Well, I don't know. I think his weapons are good too. I will say this is nice. I actually do like it. I don't prefer it to the originals, but how do I put this? I prefer the armor and the rest of the accessories to the sword, but the sword's part of the armor set, so it doesn't drag it down by any means. I do like this sword, but not as much as I like the armors and the helmets. But still, pretty good. I like it. What else? I think this is new. Whatever. That's okay. That's not bad. Katana, yeah, it's from last week. Oh, here's the. Oh, okay. So this is a member version that's not CC. See, that looks good. I actually like it in its original colors. That's nice. Yeah, this is nice. Yeah, do you see what I mean, guys? Like the way he renders his weapons or just his stuff in general, it looks like a traditional nation item, doesn't it? When I say traditional, I'm talking back when Nulgath was still in the game, making things all the way up until like 2015 when he was working on Oversoul. It has that kind of character to it. I like it. I think he's doing a good job, honestly. Dawn of Renunciation. Oh yeah, it's from last week. Usually I'm not this positive, so I can understand why, maybe a traditional Balor viewer would not be too pleased with this video because I'm usually quite critical. I don't know about this. I don't like the saw blade. This is part of the Nightmare Fiend set, but this is okay. See, I'm not too big on the gauntlet weapons they're releasing. I'm not too big on them. This is fine though. Dual, okay. Dual version of the normal ones, sure. Oh, oh wow, that's. Hang on. I feel like I just like skimmed over a few things. Hang on. Yeah, I don't know. Saw blade's not for me. This though, that's nice. I like this. Fucking hell, man. You've done a good job, man. You've done a good job. Damn. Oh, my capes are hidden. As whoops, good one, idiot. I was expecting it to be bigger. It looks a little bit. I don't like the size. I want it to be bigger. That would be cool if it was bigger. This is just this is just Nulgath from the Oversoul animation. That's cool though. I like that. Okay. Who did this? Who did it? Is this like a Dominic thing? It's just Nulgath from the Oversoul animation. Like it's not unique art, as far as I can tell. But who made this a thing? I'm just curious if anyone knows. It's probably fucking Dominic, but if I'm wrong, let me know. The capes are fine. The capes are fine. I don't know how I feel about these like spires up here, but whatever. All right. Well, I don't think there's too much more to see. What about the pets? Is there anything new in the pets? This orb bank pet, I believe, is new. Oh shit. Is this CC? It wouldn't be CC, would it? Okay. Well, I will say I am pleasantly surprised with week 2, actually, because the two Dominic sets are quite nice, in my opinion. I actually really like them. If you guys disagree, let me know, because I know usually the whole process is this sucks, and then you guys will be like, yeah, you tell him, Balor. Oh, yeah, man, this shit sucks. Fuck Lay, right? That's usually what happens in my comments. But I like this. You guys let me know if you disagree. I actually like week 2. I think it's good. I'll just revisit the shop. So this is okay, like whatever. This is great. This is great. I will say this is the best out of week 2. Nightmare Fiend, my favorite. This is good. Love the accessories, the helms and whatnot. That was it though. There's only 3 new sets in this week. Okay, so I will say, last week I gave it a 6. I know at the beginning of this video I said I low-key disagree with that. That's just something I blurted out. But to be honest, it can definitely get at least a 6 now based on everything. Because even though I'm not too happy with, for example, I don't care for Fiendish Abomination. This is okay. I don't really care for this, in all honesty. I just flat out don't like this. This is okay, but not for me. This is meh, right? I like this. Okay, I really like this. I really like this, and I think this is good. So it's rare in my experience in recent years. It is rare for me to have at least 2 sets in a shop that I actually, not even cope, that I actually really like. That doesn't happen. Usually, there's not even like 1 usually, but even if there is 1, that's usually the best you'll get, right? So for me to sit here and say there are already 3 items or sets in this shop that I really like is a big deal. So for that week 2, I think I'm going to have to give a 7. Okay. Now, and I was just raving on about how good these 3 sets are, so some people might be thinking, well, 7 seems a bit low for that, but I have to keep in mind the rest of the shop, guys. I don't particularly care for all the other shit. So those 3 items are great. Really like it. Nulgath, you did a great job with Contract Enforcer. And Dominic, you've done a fantastic job with those 2 sets. I really like them, man. So good on you. Keep doing you. Okay, I don't really play the game anymore, but I appreciate seeing items that kind of have when I see your items, I look at it and I think, that to me is a nation item. Like that's acceptable. It doesn't deviate. It's not some weird fucking art style that doesn't suit the rest of the catalog. But granted, we've had that for a few years now. So when I say, okay, a lot of these like modern artists aren't making nation sets that actually look like the rest of the nation. It's a bit too late to say that now because at the end of the day, when you look at all the literal nation armors in this game, there's a lot that are like that now. So traditional, looks quite traditional. Love it. So 7 out of 10, I think, for this week. Now, if I recall correctly, there will be a week 3, though I suspect that update won't be very big. Let me know down in the comments if you want me to bother making a week 3. I think at this point I might as well, but I don't think too much will be added. So either this will happen. 1, I will log in next week, take a look. Actually, no. I will decide if it's worth recording. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just make a week 3. Because usually I like to go into this blind. I don't look at the shop before I record, right? So I was going to say I'll go decide if it's worth it, but to decide if it's worth it, I'd have to fucking see the shop. So anyways, I've been waffling. 7 out of 10. I like it. It's great. Compared to last week, the new stuff's good. Good job, Dominic. I'll see you guys next week.